Okay, welcome back for part two. The learning target for these lessons is I can determine the rate of change of a graph, a table, a set of ordered pairs, or an expression or any expression really that has 2 points, because we need 2 points in order to graph a linear function. So let's take a look at a few ideas here. All right, so I want you to consider the following. I have a table, I have a group of ordered pairs, and I have a graph. Now, what to pay attention to? In each one of these items, I have selected 2 points. Some of them have multiple points, but remember, I only need 2 points in order to determine the rate of change, the ROC. Okay? Here I am. Let's pull up our calculator. All right. Hit it. Key button. We want to remember we got to go to our stat button. After we hit stat, we go to edit. We see these values. We don't use them or need them. We clear them out. Hit enter. Scroll to the left. Clear it. Hit enter. Now we start fresh. The first value point I see is -8. I plug it in. I hit enter. I plug in 5. I hit enter. I now plug in -13. Enter. Finally, +13. Enter. All right. I go back to stat. I want to scroll to the right to get to calculate. I'm only interested in linear functions, so 4 is the command I use. All right. I enter 2 times, 3 times. I want to store this value under Y1. I do that by hitting alpha trace Y1. Hit enter again. Okay, so what I know is that my equation of this line is going to have a y-intercept of 3 and a rate of change of 2. I get my handy dandy, and there we go. I can slide this over, and I see that the equation that best represents this table here is is positive 2x plus 3. I do this again with my ordered pairs. Put up the calculator. We're going to slide to our stat button. We're going to hit 1 for edit. What I don't need, I'm going to clear out and hit enter. Again, I clear it out and I hit enter. All right, and now I'm putting in the coordinates of what's in green. I need 3, I hit enter. I need 7, I hit enter. Now put my y values in. I need 9, enter. 17, enter. Now I go back to my stat button, and now I want to slide to the right and calculate. Here we are. The command for linear functions, enter, 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 alpha, trace, gives me my shortcut. Put my y1 in there. All right, I go back to my y editor, and here we go. Whew. Compare and contrast, my friends. What do you notice? You're right. They are the exact same equation because these points are multiple points on the same line. All right. Let's try this again. Table, ordered pairs. Let's do a graph now. Now I've determined, and I think I did it right, if I go over -4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and down 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That gives me my first point. And if I go over 1, 1, and up 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll give me my second point. Okay, let's put this in our calculator and let's talk about it. Here's stat. Here's the edit. We clear, hit enter, scroll to the right, clear, hit enter again, and we put in what we see. -4, I'll grab that, enter, 1, enter, scroll to my right side, and I'm putting my y-axis values in. I need a 5, hit enter, and I need a 5. Ooh, wait a minute. This shouldn't be -4 or 5. It should be -4. Wait for it. It should be -5. I'm glad you guys are catching my mistakes here, because I missed that. Will it let me write over it? Let me see what's going on here. All right, it should let me write. Not sure why we're doing what we're doing, but it should be all that. Go to edit. Oh, now we're in there. So that's -5, parentheses, parentheses. Yeah. Move this over. All right, and we'll put parentheses around here so we can be official, and we can put our highlighter back, and now we can actually work this problem. Okay, let's work this problem. Okay, pull back the curtain. We go back to our graphing calculator. All right, and we recognize that it should have been -4, -5. Let's make this adjustment. -5 here. Boom, that's fixed. 1 and 5. That's fixed. All right, now we're going to go to stat, calculate. Here's our stat button. Calculate, scroll to the right. We're looking for the command 4. We have it. Hit enter twice. 1, 2. Hit enter one more time. 3. We want to make this value of the rate of change, the slope. We want to plug that into our y1. So we do that by hitting alpha trace y1. Easy peasy. Okay. Hit calculate. All right. I see what I see. Go to y1. And y1 tells me, hey, look at that. Friends, do we notice a pattern? We should. We have the same equation for the line because it's the same. It's different data points on the same line. All right. So what do you notice about the rate of change in each relationship? They're the same. They're all 2. Okay. What was the next question? What is the rate of change in each linear relationships? Well, again, it's not magic. We're going to do the same thing. Let's identify what we're going to focus on. Let's use these 2 points. 1 and 5. And let's use these points. 3 and 11. Likewise, let's use this point right here. And this point. Okay. So let's find out what we are. So if I go over 1, all right, and I go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so my solution will be 1, 5, parentheses. Look at the next one. So I am going over 1, 2, and I'm going down 1. So 2, -1. All right. Let's see if that makes sense. Wrong notation. It should be decimal. It should be comma. Okay. Does it make sense? Let's ask. I'm going over 2 spaces. 1, 2, and down 1 space. 1. Okay. That makes sense. So let's put these values in the calculator and let it have it does what it do. Do what it does, rather. Here we are. Go to stat. We hit edit. You guys are already ahead of me. All right, we're going to hit clear and enter. Scroll. Let's hit clear and enter again. Phenomenal. What values am I interested in? 1 and 3. Let's put them in there. 1, enter, and 3, enter. Notice I didn't need all of my values. I just only need 2 values. Any 2 values when I have a linear function. Let's plug in our y values now. I see I need a 5 and an 11. 5, enter. 11, enter. All right. I'm going to hit stat and calculate. Scroll to the right. There's my calculate button. Linear functions is what my interest is. What command am I wanting? You guessed it, number 4, command 4. Hit enter 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. Hit second or alpha trace rather. Hit Y1. Very nice. Hit calculate. Calculate again. Okay. I want to see the equation of the line. Hit Y1. All right, there it is. Nice and neat. Let's see if I can drag this over here. Very nice. All right, finally, what can we make of with the graph? Let's put it in our calculator. Here's my stat button. My 1 editor. Scroll to the right. Clear, enter. What values do I want? I want a 1 and I want a 2. A 1, comma, 2. What else do I want? I want a 5 and a -1 for my x or my y values. Okay. -1. Enter. Let's see what I got here. All right, so in my table, I have 1, comma 2. That worked there, that worked there. Then I have 5, -1. Boom, boom. I think we're ready to see what we get. We hit stat. We hit calculate. We hit 4. Enter 3 times. 1, 2, 3. We're going to hit second, or excuse me, alpha trace. We hit Y1. Calculate. Okay, let's look at the equation. Let's bring it down. Okay, what do we see? We see here my rate of change is 3, but here my rate of change of -6. What has a bigger rate of change? Well, in order of magnitude, we have to go with 6. But it is negative. That means we're going from left to right in a downward position and not upward. So no surprises there. All right, I'm going to pause the video and have you come back for part 3 of this video. Goal is I want to keep it in bite-sized pieces. So I will shut it down when it starts to get a little long. But my goal again, you need to be able to find the rate of change using that graphing calculator, be it a table, a graph, a set of ordered pairs, or anything in the middle. Okay? 30 minutes study a day keeps bad grades away. Welcome. Come on back soon for our 3rd installment.